So today we're talking about the all-in-one digital marketing toolkit for paving companies, which we call Revenue Commander. And so what we're going to cover today is, really a lot about automation and how it can improve your ability to generate leads and get estimates. And then, also how you can save money on subscription costs. And there's many different marketing tools, and costs start to run up the more you do stuff. And so you may find that you don't do certain things because you don't want to pay for another subscription. And so what this tool will do is really replaces all of that and lets you do a ton of really neat stuff just from this one tool. And so that's what we're going to go through today. So who am I? Why should you listen to me? I own Paving Marketers. I wrote the book Online Marketing for Paving Companies. We're an associate member of NAPA. And we work with dozens of asphalt companies every day to drive leads and get results, as some of our customers. And if you've been on any of these webinars before, there's a common theme. We talk about our accelerated growth model. And it's really a process of driving leads, maximizing conversion, and then optimizing your results. And each one of these presentations that I do focuses on one or more of those things. And today we're really talking about automation, which is how you maximize conversion. It's a very important thing. There's so much technology available today to do this. And you're probably leaving money on the table if you're not doing this. Okay. And we'll often also talk about our digital dominance method. This is the things that we teach and we do that helps you get better results online, get more phone calls from people online, and get more business. We hear when we talk to people a lot that they've been in business for 40 or 50 years. They don't need to do this online stuff. But on the other hand, their sales are down and they don't know why, and they don't know what to do about it. Well, the reason is because this younger generation that's coming up now always searches online. And so you have to compete here. You have to do this stuff, or sales will continue to go down. That's just the reality of the way things are now. And so we put this information out there so that you can take action yourself to improve these things, so you don't get left behind and you are able to get these phone calls. And so I'm going to go right into automation. And what is automation? Automation is making things happen automatically without you having to intervene every time. Okay, that's basically what it is. And so, for example, are you notified when someone fills out a form on your website? Is your customer who filled out that form notified? For example, do they get an immediate email response? I can't tell you how many times, just myself personally here, when I need to, talk to a company in the area, I fill out a form. I can't tell if it went through, and I never hear back from them. It blows my mind. I can't believe it. It happens so much so it's striking. And I can think of 4 or 5 companies in multiple industries who live and die by their leads, and I send them a form. I never hear from them. And I'm not a pick up the phone guy. I don't have time for that. I want to drop a couple forms, get the information back to me, and go from there. And generally, paving guys are busy too when I talk to you. So you'd understand it's the same with your customers. They're busy. They don't necessarily want to pick up the phone every single time. They're thinking of it. They go on your site, they send a form, and then they kind of expect to hear back from you. And if they don't, they're not going to come back to you and call you again. So you got to make sure that this is something that you have solved, because you don't want to miss this stuff. And it's really not just that. But what if you miss a phone call? Say you're on a job, you're on a machine, and you can't take the call. Sure, you get a missed call notification, but what if you get 10 of them? Right? Do you know what if it was a spam call? How do you tell the spam calls from the customer calls? What if you could text a customer automatically when you miss their call? You can. It's possible. And that you could be notified that you missed a call beyond a notification on your phone. What if you got an email saying, hey, you missed a call from this number? These tools exist, and they're relatively simple to use. I mean, all technology has a learning curve and can be difficult, but it's very doable. And you might be thinking, and certainly I did, do I really want another tool? You might have a tool for email, you have another one for call tracking, or your web company has one for you that does that. You got another one that handles your reviews. Got your website builder, which you can't always remember how to get access to. And then your PPC company is telling you need landing pages. You got something to manage your appointments. Maybe you have a CRM where you keep track of your customers, your repeat customers that you want to follow up with. Maybe you got another software that does your estimates, and another one with contracts. So there's software, there's all these tools all over the place. And who wants another one of those? We don't. But you could replace them all with one tool, which is Revenue Commander. And that's what we've done. And so the rest of this call, or this presentation, I'm going to show you what we're doing and what's possible with software like this, and hoping to get your mind thinking about how you could do some of these things. Okay. So with software like this, Revenue Commander, you can easily replace $1,000 per month of monthly software charges. I know we have. It's more than that for us, and that might seem crazy, but when you start looking, if you're doing all this stuff, number one, and you start adding up what it's costing you, it's not going to seem too crazy very quickly. Number two, if you're not spending this money and you're not doing this stuff, you have to start wondering what you're missing, because these are pretty common things that people should be doing now. And if you're not doing them, you're not really interacting with customers in the marketplace in the way that they expect, and you're limiting your chances to sell to them. That's really what it boils down to. So one of the things that Revenue Commander does is CRM and Pipeline Management. What does that mean? So, as you get leads, you got to do stuff with them. You got to follow up with them. You got to, send them an estimate, follow up on the estimate, or whatever your process is. You've got some kind of sales pipeline, and you've got some sort of list of customers. Well, that can all live in Revenue Commander. That's precisely how we use it. I used to use Pipedrive. I used to use other stuff. And I moved it all into Revenue Commander, and I've built everything else around it. And so, you're on this webinar, everything that you interacted with from us, from the landing page to the emails, all of it came from Revenue Commander. It was all built in there. It's all managed from there. And I didn't have to do anything to make it happen. My team did. So, someone has to do it. But once it's set up, it just goes. So this is a great way to track things from a marketing and a sales perspective. And then you can add a whole lot of functionality on top of it that just makes you even more effective. And so we'll talk about things like that. Okay. So sales funnels. So you got an email for this webinar, said, hey, check out this webinar. And you click on the link to register. You're in the sales funnel. It's right here. And the sales funnel tells you what the webinar is about. You click to register. Should take you to another page that says you're confirmed. I forget what the exact process is. My team does this. And then it puts you in a workflow that sends you emails that says, hey, don't forget to show up to the webinar. All of that's in Revenue Commander. And so every single month, that's what we do. And people show up. You're here to hear this stuff. And the same can happen for you. It has a website builder. So the landing page that you visited was hosted and built in Revenue Commander. You can even host your WordPress website in there. I have on one of my companies, I have our WordPress website hosted in Revenue Commander. And that's just one less thing. It's one less bill. It's one less thing to worry about. Where does this live? It's all in Revenue Commander. Just makes things easier. Forms and surveys. If you've gone to our website and you schedule a call with us, you go to pavingmarketers.com/apply now, you'll see this. Here, this is it in Revenue Commander, but on the website, you'll see these questions. And so this is a survey that helps us pre-qualify someone. If you're not running a paving company or you're not a paving contractor, I don't want you to fill out this form because you're not my customer, right? So it says, if you're not a paving company, go away. That's what it's telling you, right? And then what's your company name? What's your website? Just get some basic information so that when we get on the phone with you, we're prepared to have a good conversation. Okay. Email marketing. So we send out a monthly newsletter to our list, and this is it. You probably got it, and it's in Revenue Commander. So we don't need separate email software. All of our emails for inviting you to the webinar, to our monthly newsletter, all of that exists and lives in Revenue Commander. So we don't have email software. You don't need to pay for that. We can do two-way SMS marketing. So remember how I mentioned you could text someone back automatically if you missed their call? Here it is. This is an older one, but we missed an inbound call and automatically texted them back. I didn't do that. Revenue Commander did it for us. And so we were able to follow up, and we make sure that if someone's trying to reach us, we want them to know that we care, because we do, and we want to talk to them. And so we don't want to miss your call. We miss your call because we're on the phone. And so if we're on the phone, we want to get back to right away and say, hey, we see you. Well, how can we help? Right? It means a lot. Booking in appointments. If you want to schedule kind of your estimates of people, maybe you got to go out there on site. But you could set up a calendar in Revenue Commander that syncs to your calendar, or whoever's calendar is doing the estimates, and you can schedule it right there. And so again, if you go to our site, you go to /apply now, fill out the survey, it's going to take you to the calendar. Book it on the calendar. It's going to put it on our calendar in Revenue Commander. It's going to sync to Jason's calendar, who's our salesperson. And it's going to put you in a follow-up sequence that says, hey, thanks for scheduling your call. Here's what's going to happen next. And then it'll send you reminder emails or send you some more information that's helpful before the call. All of this happens automatically. And you can do this too for your customers who want to talk to you. It makes a huge difference. Most companies, especially paving companies, are not doing this stuff. And it will set you apart from all the other companies out there who are going after business. It's a huge deal. So this is the automation I was just talking about. You schedule a call with us, and it's going to go do a bunch of stuff. It's going to check if you scheduled a call with us before, and this is just a reschedule. And if it is, they're not going to send you all these emails again, because you don't want to get them a second time. So it checks that. So you can do all kinds of stuff, and you can really customize it in a way that manages the customer experience exactly how you want it to. Okay. And you can do call tracking. So you can see, if you're doing outbound, if you're calling people, you can see kind of how your calls are doing. And inbound, you can track where it's coming from. Is this a call from our Google ads? Is this a call from our Google business profile? You can see where your leads come from. All that kind of tracking can be handled in here too, which is very, very useful information for you to have, so you know where to invest your marketing dollars. Okay. Reputation management or reviews, it's in here too. Tracks your reviews, lets you send review requests, lets you automate a lot of this stuff. I'm finishing up an automation in Revenue Commander for what we will deploy to our customers, which you put in their name, email, and phone number, and it'll send them a couple text messages. If that doesn't work, it'll send them a couple emails. You can customize everything that it says, but you really maximize your chance of getting a review by having follow-up, and not in an annoying way, but in just a gentle, kind, and patient way. Just asking your customers to help your business if they gave you a review. Just makes it simple. And you can launch that just by going into your contacts in Revenue Commander and putting a tag on them. Hey, send this person a review. Boom, done. Taken care of. So once a week, you go in there, you tag all your new customers for the week that you finished a job. Off go the review requests, and you start getting reviews every month. Just like that. Simple as it can be. You can have your tracking and analytics in there. So you can see how you're doing in Google, your Google Analytics reporting, you see your Google Ads reporting, you see your Facebook reporting. It's all in there. Again, one place to go. Proposals and estimates. You probably have the software for this now, but you can build it in here. And this is something that we're looking at building for our customers that we put on Revenue Commander, is having an estimate form in here that you can use to just send estimates to your customers and then do a workflow that will automate follow-up with them. So you complete your estimate, you send it off, and then you have however you want to do it, have a follow-up with them once a week, every couple of days, whatever makes sense to you, to let them know, hey, did you get our estimate? Did it look good? Do you have any questions? So on and so, however you want to say it. You can automate all that stuff, and it increases your sales rate because they're probably looking at multiple estimates. You want to stay top of mind. You want to keep engaging with them. That can be built in here too. So we run a lot of our business on Revenue Commander, as I've been saying as we've been going through this. We use the CRM, we use the marketing functions, we build client assets like landing pages and campaigns in here. And as I've alluded to, we're building some pretty neat custom stuff also. So you can do this too. You know, there's a couple different buckets here. There are things that you are doing now and can move to Revenue Commander, like maybe you are doing email. You'll find that you can replicate it pretty much exactly in Revenue Commander, and you don't need to spend $100 a month just on email stuff. It makes no sense. Okay. There's also things you are not doing now, but you understand you should be doing, like automated follow-ups, text missed call, text backs, all these kinds of things. And when you start using software like this, you will find there are things you may not have thought of, but could be huge. Things like, hey, if I put my estimates in here and I set up an automated follow-up sequence, I'll probably sell more jobs. That could be a huge difference maker. You double your conversion rate on your estimates and you double your profitability, you double your revenue. It's a huge deal. And as I mentioned before, you can host your website in Revenue Commander. So if it's a WordPress website, you can pop it right in there and host it, and you eliminate your hosting cost. And if you're our customer in Revenue Commander, we will update, and you have your website hosted in there. We'll update your website for you as part of the service. So this Revenue Commander is something we're offering as a separate service for our customers, and we'll have Revenue Commander only customers, and we're totally fine with that. And we want to enable the paving companies who are our customers to succeed. And often that means we're handling their marketing. It may mean we're just giving you a marketing platform that enables you to grow your business and just not have so many darn subscription products. And I'm okay with that. That's great. So you can get your website in there, set it, forget it, and it's with all your other tech stuff. Have it in one spot. Okay. And it will be an unbeatable price. So we're going to offer this for $97 per month with a one-time setup fee of $300. And that's to set it up, configure it, move your email campaign in, whatever you've got going that you want to put in there, and get you up and running. And if you are a customer of ours, we'll add it to your plan at no monthly cost. So when we're done, it's coming soon. We've got a couple finishing touches we want to put on it, but we'll be onboarding people probably in a week or two once we get that all buttoned up. And if this is interesting to you and you want to sign up or be a part of it, we're going to have a replay email of this go out tomorrow. Just reply and let Jason know. The email might come from me, but Jason will see the reply in Revenue Commander. It might point out, and let him know you want to talk more and learn more about it. And he'll be happy to talk to you about it and answer your questions. And so that's it. I haven't seen any questions in the chat. I know this one is not really a question heavy one. This is kind of a presentation of something neat that we're building that I'm really looking forward to sharing with you. And so I didn't expect a ton of questions. If you have them, drop them now. I'm just about to wrap up here. And, if you want to talk to us about your marketing, we'd love to do that. We offer a free market report, which looks at you and your competitors, how you're doing online against them, what they're doing well, what you're doing well, what are some opportunities for improvement, the opportunities that we see in the market for you to get better results and how you might do that. We'll go through all that on the call with you, and we'll tell you what we can do to help you. But we want you to walk away from that call with information that you can take to make changes today to get better results, whether you hire us or not. That's what we build this thing to do. Okay. So go to pavingmarketers.com/apply now, or give us a call at that number. And we'd love to talk to you and help you out. And I don't see any questions. And so I will wrap it. Thanks for joining this webinar presentation. We'll have another one next month, and I hope to see you there too.